You good? What are y'all doing? We're watching.
Here we are. We are live with Paranormal Society of Savannah. You got me, Patrick.
And Papa Smurf,
That's right.
Senior.
We're going to have some spooky sips while we talk about some ghosts today on this Saturday. So we got some upcoming investigations. One of them is Waverly Hills. We're going to wait on a few people to log on before we start. Okay, we got a couple people logging on. So we can't see any questions or anything like that. So we're just going to talk and have some fun. We're going to have some spooky sips. I'm having some old smoky. It is Tennessee moonshine. It's butter pecan moonshine. It's pretty good. Give it a little shake here. We're going to talk about some ghosts. So
those are definitely spirits in that jar.
Yeah. So Paranormal Society of Savannah here. Me and Papa Smurf. We're going to talk about some ghosts. We'll talk about anything that y'all really want to talk about. Unfortunately, we can't see what is being asked or whatnot. Maybe I can pull up my phone here and see if we can pull up Facebook, see what it says. So, okay, there we go. Now I can see. Hey, Winnie, what's going on? I see you there. I can see. Hey, Winnie, what's going on? Oh, so let me cut the volume down. Let me go to Paranormal Society's page. And while we're doing this, if you guys didn't know, our headquarters here is in Pembroke, Georgia. We have a coffee shop called Haunted Grounds Coffee because it is hauntingly good. How was your cue?
Oh, okay. I'm new at this, guys.
Us two, we can only get better. So
while he's looking at the questions, for those of y'all that have any secrets to get rid of my bags on the night.
Yeah. So somebody asked, "Are you going on a trip? Because your bags are packed."
Oh, yeah.
I'm lying. They didn't say that. All right. Here we go.
And I hope everybody's having a good Saturday afternoon. Nice and wet.
Yeah. Anybody going on any ghost hunts this weekend or tonight? Be sure to let us know what's going on. So I can't really pull up all the pages that we're streaming across right now. So I do apologize. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off. So we have started in 2020, right around when COVID hit. So a lot of people don't know that. We started whenever COVID hit, and it was something we had talked about doing for a long, long time. And so we didn't know if people were going to die or what. So we wanted to do what we could do. And we started it. So I can tell you we've had lots of experiences.
Yeah.
Dad's been with me a lot of times. I know when we went to like the night cemetery, that kind of kicked it off a lot.
That was what, probably around 2000, maybe.
Oh God, I think it was earlier than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. So the night cemetery is up in McRae, Georgia. For any of y'all up there in McRae, Telfair County. It's an old cemetery, night cemetery, way out in the woods, and like the logging company is own it now. Somebody knocking?
I hear you knocking.
I don't know. So we are doing this in our haunted museum. For those of y'all that have never seen the haunted museum, come by Haunted Grounds Coffee. Be glad to check it out.
Yeah. And what was really odd was some of my memories in Facebook, and I shared it with our team. It seems like July was our hot month. When we first started going to these places with the other three team members before we expanded, it seems like we were constantly going places. What was that fort in?
Long Cane Massacre. We went to. Damn, somebody called me. Sorry about that.
There was a fort here around Midway or something that we went to. Can't remember.
I can't remember.
Because I know there was a hole in the ground and y'all went down in it. I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, most of our stuff, it seems that we were always going somewhere, like the packing place, the meat packing place, and Devil's Road, Devil's Bridge.
So it used to be whenever we had first started, it was whatever and whoever told us supposedly something was haunted, we would go and check it out. One of the places, you can Google and it'll tell you can do this haunted road trip, and they're supposed to be the most haunted. One of them was Ghost Road, and there's some guys out there. They do tours, and they got like a little movie they did out there. It's pretty good. Not too bad for what they did. We've been out there several times, never really had any luck. And then we decided to go to Statesboro. Ghost Road is in Brooklet, Georgia. And we went to Packing House Road in Statesboro.
Wow.
And so the old Packing House Road, the story is, used to be an old meat packing plant. And in 1920s or 30s, for some reason, the guy went nuts. I don't know if he lost a lot of money in the stock market or what. Bolted the doors, locked them, and set the building on fire and burned everybody alive in there. So we went out and checked it out. But the day we went out and checked it out, there was a bunch of guys out there doing a rap video.
Yeah.
So
it was very loud and very strange. But the owner did tell us that he didn't think the building was haunted. However, he was redoing a slave quarter next to it, and he thought that place was haunted. But we have our own idea why he says it wasn't haunted, because he was turning them into like condominiums, I think it was.
Yeah.
People don't want to buy condominiums haunted.
Yeah. So we've got stuff we want to talk about. We really didn't have anything written down. This is us just trying to see what works for us. We're trying to get our really expensive Canon camera to work, but apparently we don't have the right HDMI cable for it. So that's why we're doing it off of the laptop. So I'm sorry if it lags or if it drags. And then we can use these cool little mics that we've got that are cordless, and we don't have to worry about, getting right up in the microphone. So you can hear the spooky, sweet voice of Paranormal Society. Okay.
Fort Morris. Fort Morris is what I was trying to think of.
Oh, yeah. And that's where we heard the Bigfoot yell.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
No, I'm playing.
It was a damn Bigfoot yell, remember?
Yeah, I remember that. But when you're old, stuff pops in your head about 2 hours later, and people are like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, and they're like, we've already finished that conversation.
I remember, so when we went to Midway, there was some idiot out there at the cemetery.
Us?
No, not us. It was some guy next door at an auto parts store. And he kept blowing the parking lot over and over, the same stuff. I think he was messing with us. Finally, I think we went there, was like, hey man, knock it off.
We did.
I was like, knock it off, man. After an hour, you ain't gonna get that parking lot any cleaner, man. It's only so big. But the cool thing about that cemetery in Midway is there's several ghosts supposedly haunted. One of them is the story of the slave that's buried inside the wall, the brick wall.
Wow.
So if you go to Midway Cemetery, on the corner, on the right-hand side, nearest the road over to where the parking auto parts store is, there's a huge crack, and you can see where they fixed it several times. And the reason why they've fixed it so much is because I guess it keeps breaking and it keeps cracking. What the story is, right around before the Civil War, there was a slave, and I guess the master's daughter was having an affair, and then she was having an affair with another one of the slaves.
Right.
So apparently she had jungle fever. I don't know, way back then.
That.
So she the two slaves would fight over her, and they wouldn't get a lot of work done. So to punish them, they made them build all night that brick wall that goes around the cemetery. And upon building it, they got into a fight. One of them killed the other one and put him in the wall and bricked it up. He was scared that he was going to get in trouble, either whipped or hung or whatever. And so the story was that he was always bricked up in there. Well, then in the 1950s,
didn't he make up an excuse that the guy left?
He did. He said he ran off. So,
yeah.
But according to the legend or whatnot, he bricked him up there. But and then in the 1950s, that wall cracked, and when it did, an arm fell out. And upon further research, they found out that indeed it was a man buried in there, and supposedly it was him, and people can see him all the time. Now, here's the cool thing. I think it was like 100 degrees out there, or it seemed like it. And the brick wall itself was hot. And we was out there trying to do like EVPs and things or whatnot. And I remember I put my arm up on it, and it burned my arm. So I went down to where the crack was and was talking about the crack. And when I put my arm up there, it was cold. It was a lot cooler, and the hair on my arm stuck straight up. Yeah. And so that was pretty spooky. Yeah. And then we went out to Sunbury, remember?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you called us over to the wall and said, "Man, I'm not kidding," because we had touched both spots as well. It was pretty cool. Then myself and a friend of mine, we went out there, and y'all sent us out there about 12 o'clock that night, full moon. And we didn't really get anything, but it was, like I say, it was some of the informative years, so it was cool,
Well, Midway's got lots of ghosts. And Midway, very old. I think at one time, it used to be like the capital of Georgia or something. But during the Revolutionary War, and then at Fort Morris, like you're talking about, we were out there. And of course, a lot of times, anytime you go to a federal park, they will not confirm anything is haunted or ghosts or they've seen anything. I don't know if that's like written in their repertoire, like, do not mention ghosts, do not say ghosts, whatever.
That was just like Fort Jackson, remember?
Not Fort Jackson. Fort Jackson's owned by a private company. But you're talking about Fort Pulaski.
We had one out there, remember, and the guys like
Fort McAllister.
Yeah, they're like, no. Yeah, they won't let you ghost hunt out there either.
No, so you got to kind of like sneak. And what
not that we would ever do that.
I'm not talking about sneaking in late at night. What I'm talking about is if you buy your ticket and you just happen to have an EMF or EVP recorder on you.
Yeah, but we would never do that.
Courtney might. But so we're just trying this out. We're just going to give it a few more minutes. We'll be back all day and probably tonight. And we'll see if we can get some of the ladies on here and some of the other team members to talk about stuff. The more, the merrier. Now that I see that it's a wider angle, we don't have to. We can probably get one or two more people in here once we get this camera thing figured out. Yeah. But if you guys have suggestions, please shoot us a message, either inbox or you can comment on any. I think it's streaming on my personal page, the Yahoo page, YouTube. The YouTube page. And
Me Too or YouTube?
Oh, man.
Come on.
I know, right?
I'm new at this, y'all.
I lost my train. No.
See, he's getting old too, so.
Paranormal Society of Savannah, right? or go to www.savannahscare.com. And then there's another one we have. It's Haunted Grounds Coffee. So check out all those. Leave us a message. Say, hey, you guys need to talk about this. Will you guys mind talking about that? We don't mind talking about equipment.
Anything,
Right?
yeah.
We've got haunted objects all around here. One of the objects I do have is from the Murdaugh murders. I was lucky enough to purchase that at the auction here in Pembroke. It was one of the cheapest items. It's all I could afford. And apparently it was hanging in the hunting lodge, probably like, and then right outside is where I guess the son and wife was murdered. So I was lucky to get something. There's a lot of people buying $100, $200 little Christmas ornaments that are no bigger than this big. So that can tell you, I think the furniture, the couch and chairs, I think they went for like $30,000 or something stupid. So I don't know. P.T. Barnum said it best. It was sucker boring every minute, I guess. But we bought the mask just for, purposes, trigger object. We're looking to one day go out there to Hampton County and do a little investigating. And the Stephen Smith, the poor guy that got run down, I'm not going to say by who or who I think, but I think you could think rhymes with muster. Anyways, so
also, we like to talk about ghosts, but Patrick's a big Bigfoot fan. So we'll talk about anything.
That's right.
Ghosts, Bigfoot, the hot topic right now, UFOs.
Oh, tell them about the UFO you saw yesterday.
Yes. Well, I fell asleep on the couch Thursday night with me and my boxers, and I didn't shut the front door. And so I get, for some reason, I get woken up about 2:30, something to 3 in the morning, and I had not had anything to drink. And so I try to stand up, and when I go to walk, I'm going like sideways. It was like I, drank all night long. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I get up, go to the bathroom, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going back to sleep. I have to get up at 5 in the morning to go to my part-time job. So I take the trash outside. And when I do, I happen to look up, and there was like 5 lights up in the air. So I was checking it out to see if it was an airplane first. It wasn't an airplane. And I said, we'll see if it's a drone. Well, it wasn't a drone because drones have the green and like red lights blinking on it. These were like just clear white lights, and it just sat there. So I decided to go in the house, get my camera and my phone, take some pictures. So I did that, and the phone wouldn't take pictures, and the camera. It'd take pictures of the sky, but you couldn't catch it. And something must have woke my neighbor up. It wasn't me, and because he cut on his porch light, and they're pretty hard sleepers, and they came out on the porch as well. Well, when I went back inside, I got to thinking about it. Well, that day my dog was sick, both of them, and they would barely walk. They were just real, lethargic?
Like slow motion.
I mean, it was just weird. So my sister-in-law, she rents the apartment that I rent out. She came over while I was at work to wash her clothes and things and use the dryer. And she even commented that the dogs were just not themselves, just laying there, wouldn't get up, wasn't happy, excited. So I talked to this guy that's had some dealings with UFOs, and he told me, like, actually, Pat, you were abducted. And I'm like, what? And then we talked more about it. But the more I think about it, I think they came for the dogs and did something to my dogs. But he was telling me that the reason it stayed in one spot, and I know he's looking at me like, yeah, you got something to drink.
No,
is
because check your butthole, man.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you to do. Can we do that on live? No, better not.
See why not?
But anyway, he's like, they were kind of checking to make sure that I was okay afterwards and all. Do I believe it? I don't know, weirder things that have happened. Some of the stuff Patrick and I have seen, and now, and one day he'll get on here and talk about that thing in Georgetown, that the lizard, man, or whatever, that chased him. But
The lizard man. Yeah.
but that's my story. I'm sticking to it, and it was spooky.
So I know I'm coming in kind of. The guy said you were abducted.
Yeah.
Who told you that? Your neighbor? The one that smokes dope?
No, this is an old man.
Oh,
But no, this guy he was a police officer for years and a detective. And then he told me about a couple encounters where when he was coming off of work from shift, it was early morning and he was going over the Thunderbolt Bridge. It was kind of like in the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind or whatever. It kind of come up behind him, kind of followed him for a little bit, and then it was gone. And then another time he got a call about 3 a.m. to go check a UFO call, and he thought the dispatcher was messing with him. 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah." Go to Quarterman, and I think it was Quarterman and 80. And so anyway, about the time that he pulls in that center, his patrol car died, and his patrol car was fairly new.
is that Garden City?
No, Wilmington Island.
Oh, Wilmington.
Yeah, and so it just stopped right there at the crossroads where supposedly somebody had called in a UFO, and he tried it again. I mean, the lights went out, everything. The car just shut down. So when he tried to crank it, I think on the second try, it cranked, and he'd had it taken to the shop the next day. They didn't find anything wrong with it. So
Now, I believe in that stuff. I believe he saw something. Hopefully they didn't.
prod me.
I was going to say abduct your dogs. But you know what? Let's try this. You hear that?
Sounds like crickets to me.
Try that again. Oh. So shout out to Dylan. He put some of the stuff on here.
Thank you, Dylan.
You're my favorite wanker.
Wah, wah.
Oh, Lord. Ooh. So
That's Twilight Zone.
yeah, just say, I think I may be abducted. Try that.
I think I may be abducted.
Okay, that was kind of cool.
That's the fairy music.
Yeah. We're going to sing that. So, look at this. We got some comments. So I figured out how to look at some comments here. So y'all please comment. I see.
Oh, there's Walter.
I
There's
see.
Allie.
Facebook user says, hey, Facebook user. I don't know who you are. Walter Finley says, what's up, brothers? What's happening, Walter? I don't know if you're still watching. If you are, give us a thumbs up or say something.
Yeah.
Walter's one of the co-founders of Paranormal Society of Savannah. He's taken a little break, but he's always
Welcome.
Yes. Welcome to Anyways, let's see. Oh, here's Alley Cat. Hold on one second. Allie Carroll. Hello, how are y'all doing? We are doing good. Are you ready for haunt season, Alley Cat? A lot of y'all don't know, Allie is Sprinkles, and she's been working the A. Lee Terror Plantation Haunted House, which we're finally just calling it the A. Lee Haunted House. Allie is a clown there called Sprinkles, and God, she's been doing it probably 12, 15 years.
Yeah.
And I see Miss Sharon sneaking in. Miss Sharon, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm super. Thanks for asking. Let's see. Walter Finley says, well, if the government is talking about UFOs, they should allow more of the paranormal. I agree. Maybe they will start funding us, and, you know, we can do a little bit of that. Allie Carroll says, looks good. Thank you. Scott Badger, what's up, brother? I know him from the Shrine. I see I'm doing an investigation at the Savannah Theater tonight. Looking forward to it. So I think you're doing an investigation out there with God, what are those guys' name? Truth and Evidence.
Yeah,
I think.
that's
Yeah.
what it is. Not
Cool. Yeah, you should enjoy that, man. That place is crazy haunted, brother. And if you ever want to go and do some sorry. Something in my throat.
Is
So
it a frog?
It sounds like a frog.
A frog.
Hey,
Look at that look. Oh, if looks could kill. I wish
I
y'all
know.
could see the
come over here,
mistress
Miss
of the
Sharon.
manor.
Come on. We're going to have Miss
looking
Sharon
at
on
it.
later once we close the coffee shop today.
Yeah,
She'll get on here and we'll
She'll
talk
take-
about spooky stuff.
she'll take my spot.
No, we can have like up to 4 people. So let's see. Yeah, Scott. So we've been doing this a while. So if you go to our site, www.savannahscare.com, we've got investigations coming up. We've got Waverly Hills in Louisville, Georgia. We have Bobby Mackey's coming up in Wilder, Kentucky. And then we have
Where did you say Waverly Hills was?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh no, you said Georgia.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't know. So we got Waverly Hills. Then we going to do
Thomas House?
no. Bobby Mackey's.
Bobby.
We're going to do Bobby Mackey's, then the Thomas House.
Right.
So if y'all haven't been to the Thomas House, that's in Red Bowling Springs, Kentucky. We do have some space left. I think it's like $100. You can get your room. You'll be able to take the paranormal class, and then you'll get to investigate the grounds and also the Thomasville house. It also includes breakfast, and it also includes a dinner. So you can't beat it. We're also going to have a special guest with us at the Thomas house. We're going to have the world-renowned demonologist, Kyle Cobb. So shout out to Kyle Cobb.
Hey, Cal.
Doggone internet starting to freak out.
There we go.
Okay,
We
there
got
we go.
another one.
Yeah, I know. We got to get this stupid internet thing working. Sandra Bonjour, Sandra. Voulez-vous German? I mean, Francais? I have seen lots of UAPs in my life.
For those of y'all that don't know what that is, that's what they're calling UFOs now.
So what does UAP stand for?
I guess.
Unidentified.
I guess it's because they couldn't spell UFO, so
No, I think it has something to do with like the water. Like, a lot of people think the UFOs are like in the water,
right.
and I could see
Well,
that.
Columbus. No, seriously. In his logbooks, there was in there about orbs. They actually call them orbs coming into the water and things like that. So yeah.
Cool. So Sandra says I've seen lots of UAPs. If y'all know what UAPs, let us know. In my life, my daughter told me when she was young that I was abducted, but I don't know for sure. Ooh.
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Unidentified aerial phenomena. I'm gonna stick to UFO.
Yeah.
No, because I'm old school. Miranda, I can never say your last name right. Earring, yeah, Ewiring, Earring. I know you and Terrence are also members of Paranormal Society. Shout out to y'all. Terrence got that awesome jacket. You seen that jacket he
I
wears?
did. I like
He got
that.
all them damn. Man, that is sweet. I'm gonna get me one.
Before we ever really met him,
I know.
and I think it was in South Carolina where we did that.
Yeah, I think it was Abbeville.
Yeah, that's. I told him. I said, I met him out in the hall. I'm like, man, I love your jacket.
Yeah,
it's
man.
really cool.
If y'all know what we're talking about, it's like this white jacket, and he's got like all these patches on it from like paranormal stuff they've done and places and cryptids and all kind of stuff. It's really cool. It's a great idea. I wish I'd have thought about that.
Yeah.
But it's never too late. But it's all.
But you
awesome.
being the leader, you should have thought of that.
And then,
That is your
man,
job. You had one job.
I know. I was probably taking a spooky dookie when all that was happening. For you, those that y'all don't know, you'll hear spooky dookie a lot. Spooky dookie is what? It's when you're on an investigation and you're taking a dookie. It's called a spooky dookie. And then anytime you're taking a dookie in October, it is a spooky dookie. All right.
Sandra's back again. What'd you say?
Let's see. Hold on one second. Allie Carroll says, 2009. So she's been there since 2009. So I was right, about 14 years.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of money she's helped donate, raise for the kids.
Yep.
All right, Sandra is back. Sandra says, I also am an empath and healer. I just don't have a mentor to help me understand all of my abilities.
If you will email Patrick, we have a gentleman that works with us, Randy.
Yeah.
He is a psychic.
So hold on one second. So you mentioned Randy. So we need to mention Randy. Randy has a gallery reading coming up in Hinesville, I believe August the 6th.
Yes.
So go to our page. Randy should be on there. Go to Randy's page, which is the Southern Psychic Gentleman.
Yes.
Southern Psychic Gentleman.
I believe that's what
Southern Gentleman Psychic, I think. Randy Maubrey, M.A. He'll kill me for this.
Look it up.
I'm going to mess his name up. Anyways, Randy is really good. I would throw out there he's about 60, 70% accurate when he's with us, which is pretty high. And sometimes they get pretty scary. Let's see. So Sandra, why don't you come out and get some coffee? If not today, tomorrow we'll be here. You can come and say, hey, and we can talk a little bit. Allie says, to the present. Yes. Scott says, that's it. Yeah, Scott, you're going to have a lot of fun, man. Tell them guys we said hello from Paranormal Society of Savannah. Chris Allen, what's up, man? Hey, Chris, how you doing, brother? Dana Davis Riles. I love this type of stuff. Well, thank you, Dana. We appreciate that. We do paranormal classes here, and we also do all kind of paranormal investigations that you can come in to be a part of. People say, well, why do you charge? Well, we charge because that's usually what the place charges us. For instance, if you go to Sorrel Weed and you want to do a private investigation, meaning up to like 8 to 10 people, it'll cost you about $600. And some of them are more than that. So what we do is we try to divide it up by the number of people that we think would want to go. And we divide that up, and that's how we come up with the number. We really probably make $10 off of it, if that. And any of the money that we do make, such as doing classes, a lot of people say, well, you should do this free. Yeah, we should. But we don't, because we have insurance to pay. We're one of the only paranormal teams out there, especially in Georgia, that has insurance everywhere we go. All right. So Randy is called the Southern Gentleman Psychic Randy Maubrey. So it says Southern Gentleman Psychic Randy Maubrey is the Southern Gentleman Psychic. He's been practicing clairvoyant psychic medium for over 22 years, an active member of the Paranormal Society of Savannah, where he participates in paranormal classes and investigations. While doing readings, Randy experiences mental images in the form of symbols, words, and pictures. So, with that being said, Randy has a gallery reading coming up. I want to say it's August the 6th, and so when we come back later today, we'll give more information on his. It's only $20 for his gallery reading. So you want to get your ticket before it sells out. Yeah. Randy will freak you out.
Yeah, he's spot on.
Yeah.
Randy, if you're out there watching and you're in Pembroke, stop by.
Yeah. So. Patty J. Dunn. I know Patty. Patty gave me the haunted phone. She gave me a haunted phone, and apparently she had it in her garage and never rang for no reason. It's not plugged up.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I haven't brought it to the shop yet because you're still moving in. We got so much stuff in here already, but I need to find a home for that and a few of the other items. Chris Allen says, I highly suggest Sedamsville, Sedamsville, since you'll be at Mackey's. Yeah, man, I'll check that out, Chris. Thanks for the suggestion, brother. Dana says, Dana says Bobby Mackey's a bar. So Bobby Mackey's is a honky tonk, world renowned honky tonk. But it used to be like a brothel. It used to be a saloon. Used to be all kind of stuff, meat packing plant, slaughterhouse, all that kind of stuff. So all the paranormal bigwig teams on TV have been there. A lot of them won't go back because they say there's something very demonic there. Who knows? We're going to go and check it out, and we'll be there August the 6th, which is a Sunday. So, yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of lives. We'll be at Waverly that Saturday.
Right.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 5th is a Saturday, the 6th is a Sunday.
Right.
Okay, so let's see if we have any more. Let's see. I want to go so badly, Sandra says. Yeah, just get on our website and check it out. See if we have any tickets left. Chris's unidentified aerial phenomenon. Thanks, Chris. I know we're a little late. Sandra grew up in Miami. Allie says UFO. Angela Smith, UAP stands for unidentified aerial phenomenon. Thank you. Scott says, let me know next time y'all hit Ghost Road. It's only a few miles from my house. Will do, man. The guys that are out there in Brooklet, they meet up at Shug's Barbecue right there in Brooklet. That's some good barbecue. Our team met there before we did ours like 4 years ago. Yeah, man. Yeah. Try the ribs.
One. Yeah.
Patty J. Jones says she needs to take a poopy. No, what does that say?
A poopy. I think she was talking about a spooky dookie, means a poopy.
Yeah. Let's see. Sandra says, are you still in Midway? I live on Isle of Wight. No, we're not in Midway anymore. I think we were a little bit too much for Midway, so we came out here to Pembroke. Patty Jones says, I saw Bobby Mackey's on TV. Wouldn't go. Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. All right, so it looks like we've been on for 36 minutes and 40 seconds. We want to thank you guys. We will be taking a break here, and we'll probably come back in about an hour. So, as we like to say, we hope to scare you there.